Hey YouTube, it's Vicky. I just wanted to come on here and do a quick update and let you know about my C-section, how it went. Well, I'll tell you how it started. I was in here on bed rest in the hospital, and I hadn't taken a shower. They wouldn't let me get up to take a shower for I think it was 5 or 6 days. And then, all of a sudden the lady was like, my nurse came in and she was like, you can have a shower today. And I was like, yay. So I was like, I asked her for some shampoo and conditioner and, the good stuff. And she was like, okay, well, just wait here and I'll go get it and then I'll be back to help you. And I was like, okay. So I'm laying there and all of a sudden I feel this huge gush of water. And then it just kept coming. So I was like, freaking out. So I called the nurse's station and I said, I think my water just broke. And then I called my husband and I said, I think my water just broke and you need to come here. And I called my sister, and so my husband got there and they checked me. Well, before he got there, they checked me and they took this swab thing and dipped it in it, and